Hello and welcome. This is Varun, Technical Advisor, Design and Prototyping and Educational Consultant for Tutormash.com. In this session, we will be discussing about printing and plotting in AutoCAD. As we know, we have already discussed how to set a sheet in AutoCAD. Printing and plotting plays a key role in designing. The drawing which you have designed in AutoCAD has to be printed. So there are several ways to plot or print in AutoCAD. In my experience, I have categorized plotting in three methods, that is direct plotting using window, and the second one is plotting from layout, and the third one is plotting with accurate scale. As we know, we are familiarized with this window. So obviously for plotting also we have to follow a few steps to complete it. That is, the first one is to select the printer or the plotter. So obviously we always select DWG to PDF format. That means we have to output our drawing to a PDF format. And the next one is we have to set our sheet, that is, in which type of sheet do we want to print our required drawing. So we can select our sheet from a numerous list of sheet available here. Then the next one is plot area. This is the main thing of plotting, that means what you want to actually print. So this option is important while plotting. Then the next one is plot scale. At what scale do you want to print? And obviously the last one, the drawing orientation, we can check what is the orientation of the drawing and press OK to plot our drawing. Now, the first method of plotting is direct plotting using window. This method is the easiest and the fastest method of plotting. This is normally used to plot your drawing without any scale and directly check the output. The next method is plotting from layout. We have already discussed how to set our layout in AutoCAD. So after setting the layout, we can directly print the layout which we have designed to the predefined sheet. And the last and the most important method is plotting with accurate scale. That means after designing your drawing, if we want to print in accurate scale, we have to follow this method. There are a lot of methods used to plot in accurate scale, but in my experience, I have come up with this easy and the simplest method of plotting. That is, you have to follow these steps to get it correctly. The first one is set the limit equal to the size of the sheet. That means if we are intending to print our drawing in A4 size, we have to set the limit of the drawing to the size of the sheet which is available here. The next step is adjust the scale of the drawing or the object to remain inside the limit. The next one is align the object correctly. That means you can align the object to look correctly in the sheet. And the last and the most important point, that is to check whether the option 3 is equal to limit and option 4 equal to 1:1. That is, this option remains limit and the scale remains 1:1. After doing these settings, we can press OK to print the drawing in accurate scale. Now let's see these options in the software. Now consider this as my drawing. Now after completing my drawing, I can directly print my drawing from the model space or from the layout. So let's start with the first method, that is the direct printing using window. So for that, let me type plot, that is P-L-O-T, and press enter. This will bring about the plot model dialog box. So as we have discussed, we have to set the printer as DWG to PDF, then set the sheet in which sheet we want to print the drawing. So let me select ISO A4, which is this one. So I'll get like this. Or you can go for the other version which is available here. Same thing. Now, the next one is what to plot. Display means it will plot the objects which is showing right now, whereas extents means it will plot all the objects in the drawing. Normally we are not using these two methods, but we are more constrained to the other two methods. So let's start with the window one. So when I select window, you can see that it will ask to specify the window which I want to plot. So I will select this one to select as my window. Now, if you want to select that window again, you can go to this option window again and reselect it from this one to this one. Right. After selecting the window, you can see that your drawing is not aligned at the center. To align this at the center, you can go to center the plot and make it as fit to the paper to fit it correctly on the paper. And checking this one as landscape, I will press OK to print it out. So before printing, let me see the preview of the drawing. So when I go for preview, we can see that the drawing comes in the sheet. Correct. Now let me change my window from here and make something like this to get my window. Now when I go for preview, you can see that only that portion is being printed. So that means you can select your custom area to be printed from your drawing like this and check the preview to see how it looks. Correct. Pressing escape and going for OK, it will be asking where to print. So let me show my desktop and give the name as sample 1 and press save. So now you can see that your drawing has been saved as a PDF and it's been displayed here. Correct. Now let us go to the next method. The second method that we use to plot is using layout. As we have discussed in our previous videos, I have here already set my layout like this. So after setting your layout correctly, I will press plot, that is P-L-O-T, and press enter. So now you can see that the plot ISO A1 dialog box has been put up and all the settings are already been defined. With the same condition, I will press OK to print like this, and I will save the drawing in my desktop like this. Correct. So this will bring about the layout printing as PDF. Pretty easy, right? And the last and the most important method that we have to learn in plotting is that printing with the scale. Now, my requirement is to print this drawing in an A4 sheet. So for that, I must understand what is the size of an A4 sheet. So in order to get the size of the sheet, we can simply type plot, that is P-L-O-T, and press enter and set my printer to DWG to PDF and select my sheet from here. So let me select ISO expand A4, that is this one. Correct. So now you can see that the paper size is given as 297 by 210 and the printable area is 285.41 by 188. So that means the drawing must remain inside the printable area. You can give the limit either as the paper size or the printable area. So for the time being, I will give the limit size equal to the paper size, that is 297 by 210. So I will press cancel and make my grid mode on from here. So now you can see that your grid is infinite. So in order to make that in limit, I will go to snap setting and change this option of display beyond limits like this and press OK to show my grid in a concise limit format. So that means the default limit is very small. As we have discussed, we have to set our limit to the size of the sheet. So for that, I will type LIM for limits and press enter. Making the lower left corner at 00 itself, I will press enter and I will change my upper left corner to 297, 210, which is the size of my required sheet, and press enter. So now you can see that our grid has been made in the required size, but our drawing is bigger than the sheet. So in order to get our drawing inside the sheet, I will do the scaling, that is SC, and press enter. Select the entire drawing which I want to scale and press enter again. Now it is asking to specify the base point. I will specify this as my base point. Correct. Now it is asking to specify the scale factor. Now if I want to do the scaling as 1:2, I will give my scale factor as 1 divided by 2. And if I want to scale my drawing as 1:3, I will give my scale factor as 1 by 3. So for the time being, I will give 1 by 2, which is equivalent to 1:2 scale factor, and press enter. Correct. Now as the drawing has come inside the limit, now I will align and adjust the drawing correctly, that is move to make the drawing move to exact position like this and align it correctly. Right. Now after adjusting your drawing, I will go for plot, that is P-L-O-T, and press enter. The initial step, selecting the printer, that is DWG to PDF, then selecting the sheet, that is ISO expand A4, that is this one, and the next one is what to plot. This must be equal to limits if you want to print accurately. Going for the center of the plot, I will go for plot scale equal to 1:1. Correct. If it is showing a red sign, don't worry, that is because our limit is going outside the printable area. That's the reason. So don't worry about that. After doing the setting, we can check the preview. So now you can see that your drawing has been printed exactly in a scale, and the scale factor is 1:2. Correct. If you are satisfied with the scale factor, we can press OK to save our drawing as sample2 in our desktop and save it. So now you can see that our drawing with a scale factor of 1:2 has been printed as PDF. So that's the end of this session, and we hope you understood well. Keep posting your queries and feedback, and for more videos log on to www.tutomesh.com. Thank you.